Hey everyone, welcome back and thank you for joining me. Another stunning day in Chicago. By stunning, I do mean that it is 90 degrees and like 80% humidity. So I'm at the park that is down the street from my house. I've shared this with you guys before. I utilize this park and I have ever since I was diagnosed to keep myself going. I'm super excited because we just got back from Jackson, and in this park there are these wildlife gardens, indigenous Illinois wildlife or wildflowers, and they have this beautiful path that you can walk along. I'd show it to you. Maybe I'll take some pictures, but I have Tilly with me so I can't walk in it because you don't want dogs peeing on that. Anyways, I decided to come down here, take a little stroll, and I'm just taking a break underneath the tree, catching some shade before I get home. And I was I wanted to share something with all of you guys that are caretakers, or perhaps you have some issues like myself. I have memory problems, right? I get very forgetful, and that means that when, especially now, I have my body back and I'm constantly, if I have the energy the week off of chemo, I'm just constantly wanting to do things. You know, there's the joy of being able to do things, and then there's the fear that I don't want to waste a minute. But what that means is, when I leave my house on my own, because my wife can't walk right now, right? She's getting a knee replacement. I am out here, and that is stressful for her because when I leave the house, she's scared, will I find my way back? There have been times that I've forgotten where I was in my own neighborhood. And that used to be really, really hard emotionally to deal with. And like everything, why fight it? I embrace it and try to figure a way to work around it, right? So one of the most amazing things, my friend Michael Vo, hi Michael, he's a lovely, lovely man that is living in Montreal, Canada. He moved home, what, Michael? 2 years? I've had cancer. I can't remember. He moved home to help out with his parents. He has a parent that has Alzheimer's. And he had a brilliant idea to add, see, this is where my memory is going to be. I will put this in the description, but it's the Apple AirTags, I think is the name of that. They're these tiny little discs that you can use to track it, right? So for example, I have one on my dog's collar, and if she ever gets loose or disappears or whatever, we can literally track her on our phone. And when he shared this with me, which was just brilliant because he put these in his mom's shoes so that in case she left the house without him knowing, he would be able to find her. And so this has been a wonderful gift to my wife and I, which is why I wanted to share it with you guys, because I just think it's a really great hack, and that's why I love Michael so much. He's always looking for ways to improve things, to make things better. So my wife added it to my bike. It's on, and that way, if it gets stolen, we'll be able to find it. But more importantly, when I'm out strolling around, she is confident at least that she can track me. And when I go for walks, she can track me. Now, I do find it funny, and I think this also speaks to how much I love my wife. Because, where are you going, Tilly? Because for those of you that know me, I grew up with a very controlling father, to the point where like he recorded our phone calls when I was a teenager. Yeah, Dad, I haven't forgotten about that. And I grew up in a world where, I don't know, it was like, you know, it was the 80s. It was like, you know, the Russians are coming, the government's bad, everyone's out to get you. And I have no tattoos on my body because in that way, no one will ever be able to identify me. That was my logic for the longest time. And I would never allow myself to be fingerprinted or, you know, eye retina, like all of these things. I did, you know, obviously, like, hello, people, our phones. And I worked inside of Google, and they just showed me this whole other alternate world, and I realized I'm just being ridiculous because we have no privacy. So it took me a while to, like, to overcome that, I guess, to be comfortable with it. My dear friend, Kate, who, it's funny, we always call her second wife because my wife traveled a lot over the last decade, and Kate she was my Valentine's Day date every year, and we every month have horror nights because my wife does not do horror, so we do movies. And anyways, one day she came to me, and my wife had asked her to talk me into getting global entry because we travel so much, right? And I wouldn't get TSA and I wouldn't get global entry. So, you know, we go somewhere, like, let's say we go to France and we come home, my wife is through in like 5 minutes and I'm standing in line for 3 hours. So my dear friend Kate took me by the ear one day and took me to get global entry, and that was the end of that. And from there, I realized, you know, but I think about all these things. I think how funny, like, in full circle I've come in life, that I actually allow my wife to track me, and it doesn't freak me out, you know. It's a wonderful gift that she can sit home right now and know and be confident and not feel scared where I'm going, and that I will be able to make it home. So as I said, I'm going to put this little hack, this little AirTag thing in the description in case any of you are interested. It's an awesome thing, and it's allowed me freedom, and it's allowed less stress for my wife. So I wanted to share that with you. Yeah. Oh God, that breeze is so nice. It's so hot, people. All right, I'm gonna let you go. You guys have a good day. Thank you so much again for joining me.